2, and then into game number 3. Then we'll take a little break, do the Mouse Mana games, reverse Nerchio, and see where we're at then, guys. Alright, so loading. Give me just a moment. Alright, so right now we are 1-0 for Nerchio against his opponent WhiteRa. We've seen some pretty awesome ZVP action, some really unorthodox playstyles, countered by the Mortal Sentry all-in, which is as standard as it gets as far as 2-base all-ins are concerned in PvZ these days. So, I don't know. You can always expect something completely unstandard from Nerchio. But WhiteRa is somebody that you can never really be too sure of. You know, one game he might do the most standard thing possible, like what we just saw. The next game, however, he could cannon rush you and then follow it up with, you know, a mothership rush or carriers or anything that he wants, really. That's just the type of player that he is. So this next game, it's game number 2 in a best of 3. Well, let's just see where is he gonna take us. This guy is one mad scientist. He is the VVV rough of Europe. So yeah, let's launch right on into this game, guys, and see what's going on. This is WCS Tal'Darim Altar. So here on the bottom left-hand side, we've got the blue Zerg. His name, Acer Nerchio. And on the top right, cross positions, it's WhiteRa. Okie doke. So this map's an odd one. And the reason for that is Blizzard hates Zergs. It's the destructible rocks at the third. Zerg love gasless 3-base builds. It's fun for us not to make units before we have, 3 bases. And maps like this make it really hard. If we take this one, which is the logical 3-base cluster right there to defend with, this little choke point being really important to defend because it goes here, and then it goes here, and then obviously this right here being important to defend. It's only 2 locations you've got to defend. Whereas if you do this cluster, you've got to defend all of this area in here, and then you've got to defend all of this, and it's just really wonky. So I don't know. This map here is something you see really devious stuff from players on, and well, I've been bantering because there's a spawning pool actually, guys, and 6 lings are on the way, 8 lings are on the way. Forge is just about done, but these lings are probably going to get across the map before that cannon is done. Here we go. The cannon is getting started now. Oh my. WhiteRa has to be doing some bad things in his britches because no one's going to have clean player drawers after seeing Nerchio drop that really quick 8-pull. Alright, so here we go. This initial drone is trying to fight off this probe. Probes have been pulled. This is exactly the right response when you see Lings in your base, but the Lings managed to get past. Nerchio dropping the dash, or the really kind of annoyed smiley face. WhiteRa, of course, upset that those Lings got into his base. Now he's got 4 Lings in the base. This is the exact same situation as before. Nerchio upset he won because somebody lagged. Ouch. Okay, not the most glamorous victory, but that's okay. That is really unfortunate. They both seem rather upset about that. Okay. So, here we go. The hatchery. Like a gentleman, Nerchio just pulling these Lings out of the base. And, wow, that was a pretty cool move right there. Nerchio actually just pulled the Lings out of the base so he didn't kill his opponent due to the lag. Well, he's going to get a hatchery behind that. He's got a fairly good economy. He's only 4 workers behind his opponent. And we've got WhiteRa who's getting an expand. The gases are up. Okay, so this is going to turn into a rather normal macro game. And the cool thing about having these extra Lings, of course, is those destructible rocks that we were talking about will die pretty quickly to 5 Lings, or 6 Lings, or however many Lings you have left, you know? So now he's going to be able to get that 3rd base. It's a little bit of a different build, but we've already seen Nerchio is comfortable doing a really unorthodox opener, doing some incredible aggression, and then just flipping a script and going straight into standard macro, and then, you know, flipping the script again. He'll do whatever he wants to whenever he wants to, but you still see strains of really competent, high-level macro play out of him. This is why he's considered one of the top Zergs in Europe right now. The dude plays by his own rules, but you can still see the... I don't know. Maybe, maybe Cook's here is really tasty. Okay, so we've got 2 more gates on the way for WhiteRa. So we're looking at 3 gate, 1 cyber 4, +1 on the way. So at the moment he's just 5 gate, 6 gate. Nerchio could be in trouble. Does he have a Roach Warren? No, without a Roach Warren, without Ling speed, holding a 6 gate is going to be damn near impossible. He does have a Spine Crawler just now starting. He has no idea this is coming. This is just his way of saying, alright, it's about time for some kind of aggression. You know, if it's just a single Zealot or something else entirely retarded. Okay, now he's scouting the Stalker. He sees this pylon. This is getting targeted down. Excellent. He's already seen this probe. Targets down that pylon. He's going to let the probe get away so he can kill the pylon. But another pylon going to get warped right on in. He has to be really careful. And, wow, 3 Zealots are going to finish warping in just as that pylon falls. He does not manage to get his Lings there in the nick of time, but this Queen has scouted out another pylon. Pylon is warping in 3 Stalkers. Nerchio holding it, or targeting it down with those Lings. More pylons are on the way. WhiteRa just continually making pylons, both because his supply is near max, and because he wants to constantly be able to reinforce this, because this is damn near impossible for Nerchio to hold. He knows just as long as he can keep his aggression up, Spine Crawlers will never finish. Oh, 1 Spine Crawler goes down, and another Spine Crawler gonna... but Lings are on those Stalkers. If he can hold off the brunt of this attack, if he can clean up most of the Stalkers, the reinforcements will only be at 5 at a time. Okay, so there's 6 units on the field right now. 4 Zealots, 2 Stalkers, 4 WhiteRa. So Nerchio continuing to make Roaches. 3 Roaches just popping out, 4 more on the way, 2 Lings on the way, 2 Spine Crawlers coming as well. Nerchio may have what it takes, the just near critical numbers to take WhiteRa out of this tournament. This is the This is the Ritmix RSL. Nerchio continuing to micro these roaches, stutter stepping them to target fire the zealots. Zealots are eliminated. That early gateway stuff completely handled. Both players have the same number of workers. WhiteRa is in a terrible position right now. He just lost so much supply. He lost so many pylons. He doesn't really have anywhere he can go from here. He's getting the robo facility, but his economy just isn't really in a position where he can do that. It's 12 minutes into the game, and his opponent is going to be making roachling, pure roachling. He has to have Colossi to deal with that. He doesn't have to... He has 7 sentries, but they have about 1 force field each. Uh-oh, getting a phone call. Not cool. I'll have to call her back. But yeah, they have about 1 force field each. That one has nearly 2. So once those force fields are up, this army's dead. And here's a small group of lings, no force fields wasted. WhiteRa is very, very smart in that regard. He will not waste anything if he doesn't have to. But he's going to try a little bit more aggression. These lings, completely uncontested at the front. Targets down a probe. It's just little victories like this that stack up to WhiteRa's favor. Nerchio's favor. WhiteRa, of course, about to run into a large group of roaches. WhiteRa, I'm not sure if Nerchio had a 4th here. He's probably suspects the one in the bottom right now. But can kill off most of those roaches there. Dude, Nerchio was hunting this pylon. Now WhiteRa has defended this pylon. He's going to hit again with an immortal sentry timing, but there's only 1 immortal here. Alright, so he's got... Alright, so this is just going to be a 2 immortal timing. It's about 14 minutes into the game. That's really delayed, but it is what it is. Now, alright, so a bunch of spine crawlers here at the natural of Nerchio. He's going to be forced to walk around to the 3rd. If he can target down the 3rd, he should be fine, but he'll be able to sandwich in here behind these spine crawlers and get right into the main of Nerchio. And now WhiteRa has a path to success. Now, will he follow it up? He could just run away here and continue this into a macro game, but let's be honest, if this translates into a macro game, it will be Nerchio's game to lose. But WhiteRa has pulled back again. He's going to try to go in the front. Oh, WhiteRa, what are you doing? Okay, you're chasing the roaches that are attacking you. That's wise, but most of the lings are here at home. Spine crawlers are going to be finishing up now, so you're not going to be able to break into the front. But Nerchio continuing his suicidal trek into the natural of WhiteRa. He might run up the... Yep, here we go. He's going to run into the 3rd. Yeah, he's going to run up the 3rd, back around. That's going to force WhiteRa to split his army. Nope, WhiteRa is just going to go right back home. Okay, WhiteRa going to proceed with his attack, but these lings are going to come around, and WhiteRa cannot see this. WhiteRa actually has control of Xel'Naga Towers, so, Nerchio has control of the Xel'Naga Towers, so he can see every one of WhiteRa's moves, and that has allowed him to get right into the natural of WhiteRa at the most inopportune moment. WhiteRa, of course, being forced into a position against spine crawlers and infestors. Fungal growthing infestors are holding off with spine crawlers, and the entire Protoss army is just being held at bay. Reinforcements should be able to handle that, but there's all this roach ling force at WhiteRa's natural. He's lost so many probes to the lings. GG, well played. WhiteRa knocked out of this tournament by the European beast that is Acer Nerchio. Alright guys, so we're going to take a little break. We're going to have a 2-minute break, hop back into these replays, And we've got, you know, another best of 3 for you. Nerchio, winner of this last best of 3, against Mal's CC Mana. Can't wait. Be back soon, guys. Bye-bye.